Hey there, stargazers. Ready to trade your beach umbrella for a snow-capped peak?
Ooh, sounds chilly.
We're going to the Himalayas
Okay.
to uncover some astronomical history in Himachal Pradesh.
All right.
You would think mountains would be prime stargazing spots, right?
Yeah, you think more wide open spaces like deserts or beaches?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But trust me, this region has some serious celestial secrets.
Mountains have always had this really powerful connection to the sky, you know?
Now that you mentioned it, yeah, their elevation and the symbolism,
Exactly.
they've always drawn in sky watchers.
Throughout history, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Less light pollution closer to the stars. It's like a natural observatory. So what kind of celestial secrets are we talking about here?
Well, today we're diving into specific locations in Himachal Pradesh that hint at ancient astronomical practices.
Okay.
We've got lakes named after the moon,
Well,
temples possibly aligned with the solstices,
really?
and even a connection to Tibetan Buddhist astronomical traditions, which are fascinating.
Tibetan Buddhist astronomy. Now that's something you don't hear every day.
Right.
Let's start unpacking all of this with a place called Chandratal Lake, high up in the Spiti Valley.
Okay.
I mean, the name itself, Moon Lake, kind of gives you a pretty good clue about its connection to the stars.
Exactly. Naming a lake after the moon suggests a deep reverence for celestial bodies and their influence. It
Yeah.
reflects how ancient cultures saw the world and their place within the cosmos.
So they weren't just admiring the pretty reflection. They felt a real connection to the moon. It makes you wonder, did they think the moon controlled the tides of the lake, influenced their moods?
Possibly.
It's amazing how a name can unlock so much about the past.
Absolutely. And that connection to astronomy isn't unique to Chandratal Lake. If we move over to the Kulu Valley, there's Brigu Lake,
Okay.
named after the sage Brigu,
Grigu?
who was known for his astronomical knowledge.
Wait, so they named a lake after a famous astronomer.
Yeah.
That's like naming a mountain after Neil Armstrong. It definitely implies something more than just a pretty view. Do we know if Brigu actually studied the stars at this lake?
Well, we can't say for certain the fact that these sites are named after figures associated with astronomy,
Right.
suggests they were important for learning and observation.
Yeah.
These places might have been where ancient knowledge was passed down.
Makes you wish we could time travel, pull up a seat next to Brigu and get a stargazing lesson.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, enough with the lakes. Let's switch gears and talk temples. You mentioned some might be astronomically aligned.
Yes, take the Jwalamukhi Temple in Kangar Valley. It's mainly known for fire worship,
Okay.
but its placement isn't random. If you stand at the entrance on the summer solstice,
Yeah.
the sun's rays perfectly illuminate the inner sanctum.
No way.
It's true.
So they intentionally built it that way.
It seems so.
I get how that would be important for marking the seasons,
Right.
especially for agriculture. You know exactly when to plant or harvest based on the sun's position in the temple.
Precisely. It showcases the practical application of astronomical knowledge woven into their spiritual practices.
Okay, that's one temple. Are there others like this? I'm starting to see Himachal Pradesh in a whole new light.
We see similar themes at the Prashar Lake and Temple in Manda district. Some believe the temple's layout might have been designed with specific astronomical alignments, possibly connecting rituals with the movements of celestial bodies. We see this across cultures. Ancient temples were often much more than just places of worship.
Hold on, are you saying they use these temples like giant sundials?
It's possible.
That's incredible.
Right.
It makes you wonder what other secrets are hidden in plain sight.
That's what makes this deep dive so fascinating. We're uncovering how ancient people integrated their understanding of the cosmos into their everyday lives.
Yeah.
It wasn't just about gazing at the stars, it was about connecting to something larger than themselves.
Okay, now I'm really curious. Let's keep exploring. If these temples are like ancient sundials, what other natural observatories are hidden in the Himalayas?
Well, if you're looking for clear skies and minimal light pollution, high-altitude locations are ideal.
Right.
And what better place than the Great Himalayan National Park? Just imagine the night sky from there, a tapestry of stars stretching from horizon to horizon.
I can't even imagine. Breathtaking. So they didn't just build temples to observe the sky. They used the entire landscape as their astronomical playground.
Exactly. They took advantage of what nature provided. And the Himalayas are full of locations like this, places where the line between the earthly and the celestial blurs. Take Solang Valley in Manali, with its ancient history and unobstructed views.
Yeah.
Some historians believe it might have been a perfect spot for natural observations.
So basically the entire Himalayan range was their stargazing lab. I'm starting to feel like an amateur astronomer just talking about this. So, what other celestial secrets are hidden in these mountains? Are there any specific peaks that stand out?
Absolutely. Remember how we mentioned Tibetan Buddhist astronomical traditions? Well, there's one mountain range that's incredibly important to both Hindus and Buddhists, the Kailash Range.
Kailash Range. Okay, that rings a bell. It's considered super sacred, right? What's its connection to astronomy?
Well, some scholars believe its geographic alignment might have been used to track celestial events.
Hmm.
It's not unusual to find astronomical significance attached to sacred mountains. Many cultures use mountains and natural landmarks as guides for observing the sky.
Hold on. So they use the entire mountain range as a giant astronomical instrument.
It's a theory.
That's mind-blowing. It makes you wonder what other secrets are hidden within those peaks.
That's what makes this exploration so exciting. We're piecing together fragments of ancient knowledge, uncovering a worldview that was deeply connected to the rhythms of the cosmos.
I'm totally hooked.
Me too.
Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue our journey through Himachal Pradesh's celestial wonders.
Sounds good.
Welcome back to our deep dive into Himachal Pradesh's celestial secrets. So many mountains, so many mysteries.
Yeah, it's true. Each location adds another layer to our understanding, about how ancient people viewed the sky and how they integrated that astronomical knowledge into their lives.
Okay, before we get lost in the Himalayas, let's talk about a specific town, Sundarnagar. I read that there's some intriguing local lore about astronomical studies there. What's the story?
Sundarnagar's fascinating. It points to the practical applications of ancient astronomy, particularly for agriculture.
Okay.
Local stories suggest that people there used natural formations and the...
It makes you wonder, were they more in tune with nature's rhythms than we are today? I can barely tell the difference between a waxing and waning moon.
It's certainly thought-provoking. Imagine relying on your knowledge of the stars to ensure a successful harvest. It speaks to a level of observation and understanding that we might have lost touch with in our modern world.
All right, I'm ready to embrace my inner ancient astronomer. What other hidden gems are waiting for us in Himachal Pradesh?
Let's venture into the Kulu Valley, a region rich with ancient temples, many dedicated to lunar deities and celestial events. This suggests a deep-rooted connection to the cosmos, particularly the moon.
Lunar deities, so gods and goddesses associated with the moon. That's intriguing. It makes you wonder, what role did the moon play in their beliefs? Did they think it influenced the weather, the harvests, maybe even people's personalities?
It's certainly possible. The prevalence of lunar deities in this region suggests the moon held a significant place in their spiritual and cultural life. It likely influenced their understanding of time tides and perhaps even human behavior, much like some cultures believe in the power of the full moon today.
Now that you mention it, I've heard about that, the idea that the full moon can make people act a little crazy. Maybe there's some ancient wisdom embedded in those beliefs. Okay, so we've got lunar deities, temples, potentially aligned with the sun lakes named after astronomers. Is there anything we're missing?
Well, there's one more fascinating aspect of Kulu Valley that's worth exploring, the Dussehra Festival. Have you heard of it?
Of course. It's a huge celebration, right? I've seen pictures of these incredible parades and effigies.
Exactly. And what's really interesting is that historical references suggest the festival's timing might have been linked to astronomical cycles, possibly lunar phases or seasonal changes.
Wait, so they didn't just pick a random date on the calendar, they timed it with the stars. That's amazing.
It highlights the intricate way ancient cultures integrated astronomical knowledge into their rituals and celebrations. The timing of festivals wasn't arbitrary. It was a deliberate act of aligning with the rhythms of the cosmos.
That's incredible. I'm starting to think the people of Himachal Pradesh were like secret celestial masters.
Right.
What other astronomical wonders did they have up their sleeves?
Well, let's move beyond Kulu Valley and explore some other intriguing locations. Have you ever heard of Mandi's ancient water tanks?
Water tanks. Honestly, that doesn't sound very exciting.
But these aren't just any ordinary tanks. They were cleverly designed and aligned with specific celestial events like solstices and lunar phases.
Hold on, are you saying they used water tanks to track the movements of the stars? That's ingenious. But how does that even work?
Imagine a long rectangular tank carefully positioned so that on the summer solstice, the sun's rays hit a specific marker at the far end. By observing the sun's position in relation to the tank throughout the year, they could accurately track the seasons and even predict the solstices and equinoxes.
That's amazing. It's like having a built-in solar calendar right in your backyard. It makes you wonder what other seemingly mundane things they use to observe the sky.
Exactly. Their ingenuity and understanding of astronomy is truly remarkable. And speaking of sacred bodies of water, have you heard of Siri Lake in Kulu district?
Siri Lake. No, this is the first time I'm hearing about it. What's so special about it?
Siri Lake holds a sacred status and is believed to be connected to agricultural cycles. Its remote location and serene atmosphere suggest it might have also been a prime spot for observing celestial events. Imagine gathering by the lake at night, reflecting on the mysteries of the universe as you gaze up at the star-filled sky.
That sounds incredibly peaceful and perfect for contemplation and stargazing. He's making me want to book a ticket to Himachal Pradesh right now.
Okay, enough with the lakes. Let's get back to the mountains. What other peaks hold celestial secrets?
Well, there's one mountain range that stands out not just for its breathtaking beauty, but also for its potential connection to astronomical knowledge. The Kinnar Kailash in Kinnar district. Kinnar Kailash. Okay, I'm sensing a theme here. Mountains and astronomy seem to go hand in hand in Himachal Pradesh, but what makes this particular range so special?
Kinnar Kailash is deeply revered by the local Kannari people and is believed to have astrological significance. While the specifics of their astronomical practices remain a mystery, the high-altitude landscape of Kinnar Kailash would have provided unobstructed views of the night sky, making it an ideal location for observing celestial events.
It makes you wonder, what rituals or ceremonies did they perform under those stars? What stories did they tell about the constellations? It's like a whole world of ancient knowledge is waiting to be rediscovered.
Precisely. And each location we explore adds another piece to the puzzle, helping us understand the depth and breadth of astronomical knowledge in this region.
Okay, my mind is officially blown. We've got water tanks as solar calendars, mountains as astronomical markers, festivals timed with the stars. What else could Himachal Pradesh possibly have in store for us?
Well, hold on tight, because we've got even more fascinating locations to explore in our final part. Trust me, you won't want to miss it.
Welcome back to our Himalayan adventure. We've climbed mountains, explored temples, and decoded celestial secrets.
It's really amazing how much we can learn about ancient cultures just from, examining the places they held sacred and the stories they passed down.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground already, but you mentioned there are even more fascinating locations to uncover. Where do we go from here?
Let's journey to Roru in the Shimla district. It's a region known for its ancient temples and breathtaking landscapes, and it's believed that local tribes like the Bushas possessed a deep understanding of celestial events.
Interesting.
Especially for agriculture.
That makes sense. Living in such a rugged and mountainous region, they must have relied heavily on the stars and the sun to guide their farming practices.
Exactly.
I bet their astronomical knowledge was super closely guarded and passed down.
From generation to generation, yeah.
It's a reminder that astronomy wasn't just some abstract science. It was deeply interwoven with everyday life. Okay, so we've got expert farmers using the stars as their guide. What other celestial wisdom awaits us in Roru?
Well, there's a particular temple in Roru that might hold some clues. The Vishnu Temple.
Okay.
Given that many ancient temples were aligned with specific astronomical phenomena,
Right.
It's quite possible that the Vishnu Temple was used to track the sun's movements.
So like a solar calendar.
Exactly.
Wow, that's incredible. It's like their entire world was designed to be in harmony with the cosmos.
Precisely. And it highlights how seamlessly they integrated astronomical knowledge into their spiritual and practical lives. The Vishnu Temple might have been a place of worship, but it could have also served as a community center for astronomical observations and knowledge sharing.
It makes you wonder, did they have designated sky watchers, like priests who specialized in astronomy?
It's possible.
I'm picturing ancient stargazing rituals under the Himalayan night sky.
Yeah, must have been something.
Okay, let's shift our focus to the Tirthan River Valley. Its remote location and dependence on natural cycles suggest that people in this region relied heavily on celestial observations for both practical and spiritual purposes.
Absolutely.
It's like they were living in perfect harmony with the cosmos, their lives, guided by the movements of the sun, moon, and stars.
It's true that our modern lives often detach us from the natural world and its rhythms.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little disconnected from nature just thinking about it.
Exploring these ancient practices can remind us of that deeper connection we all share.
Okay, I'm ready to reconnect with my inner stargazer. What other celestial wonders does the Tirthan River Valley hold?
Well, some believe the Tirthan Valley might have played a key role in the transfer of ancient astronomical knowledge. Its secluded location and isolation could have made it a safe haven for preserving and sharing celestial secrets.
So it's like a hidden valley of astronomical wisdom.
You could say that.
I'm picturing ancient scrolls, Star maps and whispered secrets passed down through generations.
It's certainly a romantic notion. And while we can't know for sure what transpired in those ancient times, the potential for astronomical knowledge transfer in such a remote and protected location is intriguing, to say the least.
Okay, I'm officially adding the Turthan River Valley to my astronomical bucket list. What else is out there?
Well, remember how we talked about the prevalence of lunar deities in the Kulu Valley? It turns out that connection to the moon extends to other regions of Himachal Pradesh as well. Take the Naina Devi Temple, for example.
The Naina Devi Temple. That's the one perched high on a hilltop, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
I remember you mentioned its possible symbolic connection to celestial bodies.
Exactly. Its location and alignment suggest a potential connection to the moon and stars, perhaps even serving as a point of reference for lunar observations.
So they might have used the temple itself as a celestial marker. It's like they incorporated astronomy into every aspect of their lives.
And this connection between temples and celestial events wasn't unique to Hinduism. If we travel to McLeod-Ganj, also known as Little Lhasa, we find a strong Tibetan Buddhist influence, a culture deeply connected to celestial symbolism.
That's right. Didn't you say they have their own unique calendar and astrological practices?
Exactly. And with McLeod-Ganj's clear skies, it's easy to imagine that Buddhist monasteries in the region served as centers for astronomical study. Their observations of the stars, planets, and the lunar cycle would have been integrated into their spiritual practices, guiding important events and shaping their understanding of the universe.
It's amazing how different cultures develop their own unique ways of interpreting the sky. But there's something universal about our fascination with the stars.
Isn't there?
Absolutely, it's a shared human experience that transcends cultural boundaries. We all look up at the same night sky filled with wonder and a desire to understand our place in the vastness of the cosmos.
Okay, I'm feeling inspired. Let's wrap up our Himalayan adventure with one last sacred peak, Kinnar Kailash. What celestial secrets does this mountain hold? Kinnar Kailash is truly awe-inspiring, revered by the local Kinnari people for its spiritual significance. While the specifics of their astronomical practices remain a mystery, the mountain's high altitude and unobstructed views would have made it an ideal location for observing the night sky and connecting with the cosmos on a profound level.
It's the perfect place to end our journey, standing atop a sacred mountain, gazing at the stars, and reflecting on the ancient wisdom that has been passed down through generations.
It's a reminder that the universe holds endless mysteries, and our exploration of the cosmos is just beginning.
Well said. So to our listener, if you ever find yourself in the breathtaking landscapes of Himachal Pradesh, remember to look up at the night sky and imagine the generations who came before you seeking answers to the same cosmic questions. Their legacy lives on in the whispers of the wind, the stillness of the mountains, and the twinkling light of the stars above. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and never stop looking up.